All right, guys, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Give me one sec while I post in the Discord quick. Live now. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom into or I guess zoom out of the higher time frames here and see what's going on the day. So, obviously, on the daily yesterday, we had a very strong close. We also touched into the monthly open, which is super important, and we are rejecting from it. So I did actually open a long-term short position yesterday. And the reason was two things. Number one was because we swept this daily high. Number two was the monthly open. And actually, number three was because of the standard deviations of the Asia range that we got from yesterday. So we were able to touch through one, two, three, four standard deviations. There's a 2 minute short that's about to close. Yeah, potentially K. I'm already in a long-term short, so I'm not too concerned with it, but I will view it to see what's going on here. Let me just go through some other time frames quick. 4 hour, we are rejecting from this high, so this is the 4 hour fair value gap that filled. We do have an hourly one above, I will note though, guys. So we haven't filled this hourly yet, but we have filled the 4. So wouldn't be surprised if we get a continuation to the downside here, but we'll see in a second. 15-minute FVG. Okay, we have a 15-minute rejection here. Midnight opening price was touched, and we had a pretty nice 15-minute inversion here. Okay, 5 minute. Also looks like it's about ready to close. Is this the 9:30 open? No, it's not. Very interesting spot to be in. Charlie K, good morning, guys. Yeah, so I'm not really a huge fan of the 2 minute inversion. Even though this is closing, there's still a 5 minute that needs to close. Um, Not a huge fan of it, I'll be honest. But if it works, great. Not something that I would personally take, though. At least not this early into the market session, too. What targets can we aim for here? We already have a turtle soup that occurred on the lower time frames this morning. Very interesting spot to be. Let me look at the hourly chart quick. Okay, so immediately what pops out to me is this hourly fair value gap right here. This could easily be a draw on liquidity today. But I don't think that they're going to make it easy. Let's see here. I'm going to delete a bunch of these lines so that we're not so confused with what's going on here. We're pulled into one standard deviation and one negative standard deviation of the Asia range. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of any inversions here just yet. Last night, guys, I did open an inversion short here when we closed below. And I actually held this. So my stop loss was above the London high. And so I'm in pretty big profits right now, but I think this is going to have continuation. My stop is now at break even though. So if we end up going back up to midnight opening price, I will be stopped out for break even on this short. The 5 minute did close below, just a heads up, guys. So we did get that. One minute still has not closed below. So if we do get the 1 minute inversion, I think this is a decent setup to take. Maybe we can try scalping this. There's 10 seconds, 5 seconds left until the close. All right, guys, I'm going to try this. TP is going to be 8:30. Stop loss is going to be a 1 minute close back above this inversion. So definitely higher risk, but I think it's pretty decent. The macro time hasn't started either, so just a heads up. So I'm going to close it if we get a 1 minute close back above this. And then I'm targeting 830 opening price. And if we hit this low, guys, I will move my stop to break even right here. There's also a really nice 1 minute FVG that formed right here that could be a target if you guys want. Okay, so in theory, guys, the real close is a 5 minute close back above this inversion, but I'm going to keep my risk tighter by keeping it below above the 1 minute. So I really want this to just close below here. And if this low gets swept now, guys, I will move my stop to break even. Okay, looking decent now. So if we get the close below this, or even a sweep below this, I will move my stop to break even. And that will also pair with that that candle low there. Now, looking good so far, but let's see if it holds. Okay, I'm getting ready to move my stop to break even here. Anybody else in this? Alright guys, my stop is moved to break even because we swept that low. On stop for break even. Alright, so that's the first trade of the day. Break even stop. I don't like how we came down and swept that low and immediately wicked, so I'm not interested in being part of this trade anymore. Even if it works. But I do think that this is a pretty good draw on liquidity here, this 1 minute fair value gap. So hopefully we get it. If we get another setup, guys, like let's say we sweep this high, reject from this 1 minute fair value gap right here, and then get another inversion while staying in this 5 minute BPR, then I think that'll be another good setup. But I can't re-enter on this leg of price yet. All right, there it is. So there's the target and the 1 minute fair value gap. Unfortunately, I missed out on that, but that's okay. Wow, crazy move. And then ultimately, guys, we could even get down to this hourly low today, which I would really like to see. And I will take a partial on my short. So I have a higher time frame short from up here. And I will take a partial within here, which is 2 plus 2.5 standard deviations from the Asia range. So we'll see if we get that. But also keep in mind, guys, that look at how massive of a move we had yesterday, right? We gapped up. So from Thursday all the way up here, this was a 806 point move, okay? 806 points. So do not be surprised, guys, if today is kind of range bound and doesn't move like crazy. So I would definitely be, if you're trying to trade this, I would be scalping, taking partials from PD array to PD array. Don't hold for huge, huge moves because odds are we're going to consolidate. But obviously, we're having that continuation after the short that we took, but again, I got stopped out for break even. It is what it is. Okay, let's quickly look at the rest of the market. Okay, Google and Tesla are both up. By the way, guys, our Google position is up massively. Well, not massively, but it's up a pretty good amount now that we have been buying the dip on that. I think we're up almost 10%, give or take. Okay, biggest losers, SOXL down 3%. Starbucks. Oh, Bitcoin's at 95? Wow. Crazy stuff. All right, nice. So yeah, I really don't anticipate anything wild happening today, realistically, again, because the range yesterday was 806 points. So I would just suggest that you be careful. Again, I've taken one trade today. It was a break-even trade. So we'll see if anything else appears right now. My objective is this hourly fair value gap right here. I'm thinking that this is potentially the draw on liquidity. We've come down, traded into this hourly and rejected quite strongly. So my guess is that we're going to drive down to here. Now, if we get a setup to there again, awesome. If not, then we'll sit it out. But from here, let's just say we get a short. We're talking about 154 points. Pretty big, pretty sizable move, but I think it's possible. I just have to be careful, and I'm going to move my stops to break even quickly because we had an 800 point range yesterday. Do 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 do. Okay, give me a second, guys, while I look at some sell days. But yeah, right now we're bouncing out of this bullish one. There's really nothing structurally here. Unless you really believe that the draw is lower, you'd have to look for an inversion. Like, let's say we sweep this liquidity, trade up into here, and then get a really nice inversion. You could take that short, let's say the entry somewhere here, for example, and then you would target this hourly sell side. So pretty good RR, but we need to see another A plus setup. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so no setup is forming here. I don't see any inverse fair value gaps. We could just be creating a continuation here to go lower, but this is not a model for me anymore, so I will not be taking this. I'd need to see a liquidity sweep and then maybe an inversion after that. Did we create perfect equal highs here? Nope. 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 Absolutely nothing. Okay, so if we get some kind of a 1 minute inversion here after sweeping this liquidity, then I will try another short, I think. So let's see what we get. So no fair value gaps forming just yet here, obviously. But the reason, guys, that I'm bearish bias now, again, is because we've already traded up above this daily and monthly open, and we're getting a very bearish close here. And there is liquidity resting. Well, we already swept this 4-hour sell side, but we have an hourly fair value gap here, which also pairs with the, not quite the 4-hour, which is actually lower. But I think this is a definite possibility. And it does pair with just past the second standard deviation, which is feasible. But yesterday, guys, this is a huge move, a 4 standard deviation move. That rarely happens, and that's another reason why I opened the long-term short there. Okay, so there's 10 a.m. news. Sweep of liquidity. I want to see an inversion fair value gap setup here. So I'd like to see potentially a strong close, sweep of this high, tap into the 1 minute fair value gap, and then get an inversion. That would look pretty nice, something like this. And then our target would be that hourly sell side. All right, let's see what we get. Let's see. Okay, so this is like where I need to see the market reject, right? I don't want to see it start trading up here because that's going to give me an indication that for now the draw is not lower. This stop is a little bit big, I'm not going to lie. It is, how many points is this? 33, 35 points, give or take. So if you are trading a small account, I would definitely size down on this, but I do think this is pretty good nonetheless. Let's see if we create the fair value gap here. Okay, so the fair value gap has been created. So this is officially the IFVG, or the potential IFVG, should I say. And yeah, if we get the close below, guys, I will enter this. This is now a new leg of price, quote unquote, because we swept liquidity. I just want to see us completely reject this 1 minute, though. So if we don't, and we just start pushing higher here, obviously the intraday bias is not going to be down straight away. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Okay, I like the rejection so far. I do indeed like the rejection. Let's see if we get the short. I also will note though, guys, that this monthly open is a pretty strong magnet for price. We do have, it looks like some kind of a data high here, this random wick. Maybe we end up getting there first. I doubt it, but we'll see. Just be very cautious with shorting. I still think this is a good short if we get it, but I will probably take this. Because of how big the stop is, I'm going to take this probably third size position. But I still think it's a good trading, good RR. And I like that we're in the macro time. So perfect rejection from that 1 minute fair value gap that we talked about earlier. Look at the bodies of the candles that are respecting it. You see how the bodies are holding just at that high. Okay, strong reaction there. I'm about to type a long message, so be ready. Oh boy, Evan. I'm ready. Oh. Okay, so still holding that 1 minute, that 1 minute fair value gap. Oh my goodness. So again, guys, I will let you know, I've said this earlier in the stream, but there was an 806 point range yesterday. So do not expect to see the market full-blown continuation to the downside or the upside. Just letting you know. It's probably going to be a range-bound day, range-bound Friday. Could I be wrong? Sure. But odds are that it's going to be range-bound. So keep yourself in check. Don't be trying to hold trades super long. Take partials if you guys are going to take any setups. But yeah, the only thing that I'm seeing right now is that if this continues to hold and we get the short, then we can target our stop to break even at the 830 low or even the low of day, and then we could target this hourly sell side, which again comes from that hourly bullish fair value gap that I would like to see us rebalance before going higher. Now, could we just go up and do this? Sure. But realistically, it's probably not going to happen today, so... There is a 1 minute inversion to the upside here and an order block. If you guys want to try this long, by all means, you can. I'm not going to, but it could easily work to this high. So there's the close right there. Technically, that's the entry and that's the target. But I am not going to be taking this. It's too small of a fair value gap. We're just nearing the end of the macro time. So... Wow, big push here. So if you guys are in this trade, guys, I would partial here at the highs, and you could just leave runners, maybe to the monthly open if you want. Are you in this, Edgardo? Did you take this long? Nice. Yeah, so personally, I would put my stop to break even already. If your entry was right here at the body close, we should just deliver here if we're going to. I would be very careful with this long. And I would partial here, like I said, and then hold the rest if you want. We could potentially go up higher today. It could be another buy day. Honestly, I doubt it, but it's possible. Where this is the wick and then we expand higher, but we already had an 800 point range, so. Okay, here we go. Evan's message. I was in a short on MYM with 5 cons. My TP was 40,010. The 957 candle low was exactly that, so I didn't get fully filled. Only 2 cons were bought back. Then the 959 candle saved me before the 10 o'clock candle skyrocketed. Nice. All right, guys, so there is the TP1. And you can hold this all the way up to the monthly open. I think that will probably hit again because that is a magnet for price. And we have this random wick here. But good job, Evan. Congrats, brother. That's very good. So if you guys are in that long, make sure that you take some profits here. Take some profits here. Hold the rest of the monthly open. Ah, that was a pretty nice trade. But again, I was not part of that because that fair value gap's a little too small for my liking. But yeah, it worked. So. Dude, Tesla is pushing. I love to see it. All right, beautiful. And then this monthly open, I would, if you have a runner, hold it there. Maybe hold it higher if you want, but I don't really know where the draw would be. We do have this hourly that could close above. If that's the case and it holds, then we could easily come up to this high and even possibly the 1 standard deviation today. Maybe even this hourly high. It's possible, but again, guys, we had a huge range yesterday, so it's doubtful that we just continue like that. If we do, awesome, but okay, I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. Do, do, do. All right. What was the? I have to check the 10 o'clock news real quick. 10 o'clock news today was revised consumer sentiment, orange folder. Sometimes that can move the market. But again, guys, if you're in the long, this is your second partial here at the monthly open. This is a very strong price level. And so the market does sometimes magnetize to it, but definitely partial at or right before it. So like if we get to like 19,408, give or take, I would partial there and I would hold the rest. Congrats to whoever took that. Good job, Edgardo. Again, just not A plus enough for me to take, but I'm happy to call them out. If you guys think they're A plus, then take them by all means. But I'm very selective on the trades I take. So like right there where we wicked, I would maybe even like trail my stop above this candle's body. So at least you book some profits if we do end up reversing here. I don't think we will, but all right, so it looks like people are going to get trailed out there close. No stop out. The wick did not come to the body, or even the low, I mean. But okay, so there is a stop out on the trail of the long. If you're in that, I would personally be out there, but it's totally up to you guys what you do, obviously. Wow, guys, Tesla's at 270. Sheesh, it's not stopping. 270. Wow. Look at this. Look at this reaction on Tesla right now. That is insane. All right, beautiful though for our positions. Sheesh. So I actually pointed out. I want to show you guys something on Tesla when you guys are ready, but maybe we'll sit here for just a little bit longer. I want to see if we tag the monthly open, because again, sometimes we'll come super close and then we'll reject. I wouldn't expect much today, guys. We've had a pretty decent week. Not the biggest week, but nonetheless a green week. I would not expect huge continuations today. If it does happen, awesome. But again, if you're in this long, guys, I would be out most of your position already and just be holding runners for the chance that we have an extended move. But always be weary, guys, when you have like an 800-point day. Do not don't come into the next day with expectation of continuation unless you're so confident on the draw and liquidity. But like I said, guys, from yesterday, we already swept the daily high. We went above the monthly open and we rejected a very strong PD array, which is the 4-hour fair value gap. Right? This is the 4-hour. This is the whole fair value gap right here from this candle's wick to this candle's wick. But because we've already went up and closed through half of this fair value gap, I now draw it from here to this high because that's the remaining part of the fair value gap that hasn't been closed yet, right? This is the full fair value gap. This is what's remaining because we've already filled most of this fair value gap with this candle. And we filled it perfectly, wicked, and now we're rejecting. So would not be surprised if we reject. So be very quick to take profits, and I would for sure have your stop to break even on your remaining position. If not, you should have closed it right here where I said. So I think this is going to be a scalp down to this low. We can even just scalp it quick if you guys want. Like do a quick like 2-for-1 or something. Oh wait, there was a little tiny 1 minute there I didn't even see. That was a dumb scalp. So you can see this tiny woman. I didn't see that, but unfortunately that was what actually was used to go higher here. Can't even draw it. It's so small. You guys see that? If this fair value gap wasn't there, this would have come down into this 1 minute gap. Okay, so now we should go up to the monthly open. Dude, Tesla's ripping. Okay, if this engulfs, then we should fail this 1 minute gap and go down here. Yeah, this is going down. I want to see the candle close though. Yeah, I'm going to sell this real quick, and my TP is going to be here for a 1-for-1 scalp again. Give or take. So if this low gets swept, I'll have to move my stop to break even here. Be very quick with this. No sweep there. I want to see this volume imbalance act as resistance. Beautiful rejection there. Need to see it hold though, obviously. And then the target will be that little 1 minute gap below us. And boom. Okay, nice trade. And now if this inverses, I mean we do have two fair value gaps here, but if they both inverse, then we should go much lower here. And then this could be a nice trade if we do inverse this 1 minute, then we could actually target that hourly sell side. In fact, I think this is pretty decent. If this closes below, and then your stop to break even will be at this low, and then you could just target a further down move here. Let me see something here. 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. Ooh, big 5 minute rejection there. Wow. This looks like it's going to straight collapse here. So the 1 minute close below, the 2 minute close below, the 3 minute is yet to close below. That happens at 24. Oh, this looks so good for a short. I wish I would have held that short. Damn, this is gonna dump here. This is a bit overextended for me, guys, that this happened on two candles like this. But this should go back down to this low, and then we should be able to target this hourly sell side. But I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I like this is big displacement, obviously, but now we have this huge range of price, and the stop loss is going to have to be above this inversion. It's just too much, too many points here for me to take this. Even though it should still work, I'm not trying to risk that type of size. Bum, 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 bum. So the 2 minute closed, the 3 minute closed, the 5 minute has not closed yet. So wait for the 725 candle. That's going to be important too. So you see how we're holding this 5 minute inversion? Not a good sign so far. We got less than 30 seconds till the close, so I'd like to see this close below this if we're going to continue bearish for now. Okay, so the 5 minute is holding. It's probably going to fail here without giving us an entry, but I can't take this until the 5 minute closes below at minimum. And then what I'd want to see is a retracement into this gap and then go short. Yeah, we're probably not going to get an entry here realistically. I think it's just going to deliver us to this low and then this low. But I can't take it, guys, unfortunately. I need to wait for the 5 minute close. This is the thing that's validating the trade for me. This is like confirmation, and then I want to wait for a retracement into here and then go short. So I want to see something like this. Close below, trade back into here, IFEG, then go down. That would be ideal. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. How's the Tesla doing? Tesla is up so nice, 4% on the day. So I want to show you guys this Tesla trade real quick. Um, so this is Tesla on the logarithmic scale, okay? I drew this out a while ago. I sent it to some of my friends who were trying to bet bearish on Tesla's earnings. So Tesla normally has these long consolidation periods and then a massive move up. This consolidation period lasted from June of 2013 pretty much all the way until give or take November of 2019. This is a 6-year range. Right now we're trading after this big move from October of 2021 all the way till this time in 2025. I think that this period right here is very similar to what we're seeing here. So we have these two lows that formed 1, 2, 1, 2. We're dumping here to try and stop people out, and then I think that's going to drive us higher. So my guess is this is going to deliver us higher. But at minimum, I think we're going to come back to this 303 range, which is the monthly fair value gap. So I'm thinking this candle is going to bring us up to at least 303. But yeah. Whoops, that is not what I meant to do. Okay, so this is bringing us down here. Congrats if you're in this short. Again, I'm not taking this, but if this 1 minute inverses to the downside too, we should go lower. Oh. The car's amazing, Charlie. I love it. Zero complaints. The only complaint I have is the color. It gets dirty pretty quick, but that's if I had to complain. Do 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 do. Okay, so if you're in this short, guys, I would move your stop to break even here because we just swept another low. We're trading from a bullish 1 minute. Again, we could be range bound today, so don't be surprised if this ends up pushing us back up here. Ooh, wife wants a Roadster. That's gonna cost a little. That's a little bill right there for sure. But it's I've heard it's a beautiful and amazing car. What do you want, Charlie? Would you prefer like the Cybertruck or the Roadster, or do you not like Teslas? Bum 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 bum. Yeah, whatever the wife wants. Another thing I want to point out, guys, this is not trading related. We'll just quickly go back to that. But look at Bitcoin right now. This is the 4 hour chart. Look how this works, guys, okay? So if we go back to these lows right here, do you see this low that formed here, this order block on the 4 hour chart? Look what happened here. We came down and swept it by literally one tick, okay? Do you guys see that? One tick. Just a few dollars, and then that was what created that rocket that's going higher. And now we have this 4 hour buy side that we just swept by a tick. So do not be surprised if we get some kind of a reversal here. Could we go higher here? Sure, we have this unbalanced 4 hour above us between 102 and 104. This would be a place where I would be taking partials on Bitcoin if you're trading it, because that could be a rejection spot as well. But just wanted to show you guys that on Bitcoin. Okay, so if this is going to be bearish, we're just going to do this, and then boom. That's my expectation here. If this 1 minute closes below, guys, you can try a short. I'm not going to take this anymore, but you can if you want. So this one is a little bit tougher, okay? Like you could take this 1 minute short if you want, but you have to realize that the odds of us closing below here and then not closing above are pretty slim. This will probably go up first and then go down. This is a much riskier trade. Whoops. So what I'd love to see is a trade back into here. So this high, and then another A plus short from within this 5 minute. That would be amazing. So if this happens, and then we get like something like that, then we could target this, and we could partial here at this low, maybe even partial here if we wanted to. But this needs to happen first for that to be a possible setup. Okay, so nice move so far. Want to see that high get hit, and then we get a short, if it's going to happen. Okay, so we swept that 5-minute high. Now we're trading into this bearish gap. So this is where I want to see a short, somewhere in this range. Whoops, this should be black. See this fair value gap? This is the fair value gap. I want to see maybe we touch into the new week opening gap and then get a rejection. It would be even nicer if it forms within this macro time. And now that this is traded up into here, I'd like to see maybe this 1 minute get traded into as well. So hopefully we go above this high and then we get a short. If this closes below, then this becomes a better setup in my view. Right here. 3.64 to 1 RR, give or take. Tesla, let's go. It just keeps going nonstop. So again, guys, ideally I want to see this 1 minute get rebalanced and have a setup from within here. So I want to see us trade up into this and then get a short. And then if we get a strong rejection from here and close below here, I will enter this. Still no touch into there. Guys, if you're in the stream, make sure you like the stream. There's only, I don't know how many people are in here. And there is 2 likes. Come on, y'all. Okay, so almost a touch into here. Let's see. All right, so now that we balance the 1, now it is possible for us to get this inversion short. If we wanted to take a long here, I'd need to see this 5-minute close above. So right now, this is my bearish bias. If we close below here, targeting the hourly sell side. If we do get a 5-minute close back above this inversion right here, then I will look for another long to target the monthly open. And then probably target this high here. So two different scenarios that can play out. All right. 5 people in the stream, 4 people like it, 90%. One bot in here, but that's fine. Okay, so almost fully filling this. If we get a perfect rejection from this high, that's going to be a nice signal. And then again, it would be something like this. This would be the entry. Or if we get one up here, that'd be even better. And then we would target all the way down at sell side right here. All right, there we go. 5 likes. Let's do it. Second here. So you guys see how there's a very specific criteria I'm looking for. If what I expect to happen doesn't happen, then there's 0 buttons being clicked, right? But I want to see a rejection somewhere within here, ideally within that 1 minute, but we still can allow for the 5 minute to be fully balanced and then get a short. If the 5 minute inverses, that's another good area to go long. However, I will note that this is a very big stop. So if you're going to take this, you'd have to take this with much smaller size. Candle closes in 4 minutes, so I don't know if we're going to get the entry, but we'll see. I don't know if you guys know, there's a guy named Jeremy, I think his name's Jeremy Lefebvre or something. He's like a pretty well-known YouTube long-term investor. And he made a video when Tesla was at like 240 that he was all out selling Tesla. He's done the brand damage, the this, the that. He misses a $30 run on Tesla in 2 days. Poor guy. Oh boy. Oh boy. ICT, I can't trade. Oi, mate, I heard you're using my concepts. Yeah, bro. That's amazing. I've been waiting for the real ICT to show up to my streams. Yeah, I've been praying for this day. Okay, so the 5 minute has been fully filled now. I would potentially expect a reversal trade here, but until this 1 minute closes below, I'm not going to be taking anything. And then my target is going to be, again, the higher time frame hourly sell side here, which comes from this bullish fair value gap. So we really can't see this hourly close above. If it does close above, which is in pretty much 15 minutes, give or take, 17, then this trade will be, I wouldn't say it's invalidated, but it's definitely less likely that it's going to close, that it's not going to continue higher. My bias right now is bearish. But I already explained to the chat, Mr. I Can't Trade, that we had an 800 point range yesterday, so I'm more so expecting the market to chop today. But if we do get this 1 minute short, I will try this. All right, you go long, ICT I Can't Trade. You just go long right here. And make sure it's full port. Full port Friday, long setup right here after this internal high gets swept. Right here. I want, but don't take it yet. I want you to take it right here in this little volume imbalance right here. Or you can take it now, whatever you want. But you see the difference is ICT, I Can't Trade, is that if my bias is bearish, I don't take a short until I have confirmation. So right now there's nothing telling me to go short. In fact, we just closed above a 5 minute inversion. So in theory, this is bullish, but this does not follow my bias. So I'm not going to be taking a long here. Because first of all, my most important thing is a high time frame. And right now, we just rejected from this very strong PD array. So that was in the London session. But yeah, I think this is ultimately going to draw down lower here, and this is going to be the target. But yeah, we'll be super careful. Shorted from 55. But you were going to go long, bro. What happened? I'm confused. I think this low is pretty likely to hit. So I would take a partial here if you can. But there's to me, there's no A plus short right now, so. 230 or nothing. 230. You might as well hold to 121 if you're gonna hold to 230, bro. I love how I love how your whole YouTube identity is about ICT not being able to trade. Why do you hate ICT concepts so much? Is it because you're not good with them, or because you don't believe in it, or both? Oh, I see. Now, I will admit, I don't know if ICT can profitably trade because I've never seen evidence of it. Ah, I see, I see. All right, so pay attention to this low, guys. This is probably going to hit now. Boo doo 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 doo. I told you, nice short here. You told me short and long, bro. I think we're probably gonna balance this whole 5 minute. Realistically, everyone who's long this 5 minute is gonna get stopped out right here, or at least is gonna be sweating if they're deciding to hold all the way down to the lows. I'll show you the guy that I'm talking about relating to Tesla. His name is Jeremy from Financial Education. This guy. If you guys ever have heard of him, he's the one that said that Elon is getting too far right, too this, too that, and he literally sold his whole Tesla position at 240 something, right before everything. Yeah, Jeremy Jerome Powell, same guy. Ah, not good PA, guys, I will admit. I think what I'll do is I'll stay on until the macro. Also, guys, Make sure you like the stream if you're in here and you hate ICT concepts. uh, So what I'll do is I'll stay on until the 11:10 macro. If an A plus setup forms, I'll tell you guys, this is way too big of a stop for me. I would never take this 5-minute inversion, especially when we have a bearish bias after the 4 hours rebalanced and we're at a new week opening gap. It just doesn't make any sense for me to take this long. If it works, awesome, but this range is way too massive for me to take. Hold on, I think my cleaning lady might be here. 1 second. 1 second, guys. All right. So very big rejection there. If you guys really want to try a scalp down to this low, you can. I'm not taking it, but nothing that I want to be trading here. Dude, Tesla's still going 276. So again, guys, if you're in Tesla right now, what I'm going to be doing personally, if we do end up getting up to this 303 level, which I think we will, to rebalance this monthly fair value gap, which is actually quite large, I will be selling some covered calls in this range. That'll allow me to collect some nice premium in case we have further downturn in the markets. What do you guys think? Should we try a scalp here? I'm going to try it, and I'm going to TP right there, and I'm going to make it a 1-for-1. Or a little bit more than a 1-for-1. Uh-oh. So, again, the idea is that we're going to trade down into this sell side. All right, so there's another win on the day. That puts me at green, so I'll probably be done realistically here. But if we do get this inversion, we can try this with smaller size. So the idea here is that a lot of IFVG traders are taking this long with a super, super big stop. And they're probably going to get smoked here. And I'm guessing we're going to come down and inverse this and then end up at that hourly salsa that we want. Perfect rejection from the new week opening gap in the macro time. I would not be surprised to see further continuation down here. If this happens, though, guys, I'll be taking this with a much smaller size than normal, like a third size position. And as you guys know from earlier, like I explained, I did take a short, a longer term short from this fair value gap here. And there were two reasons. Number one, the 4 hour got filled. Number two, this is a very rare occurrence when we get a 4. So this is the Asia range from yesterday. We pushed 4 standard deviations above the Asia range. That's very rare. And we always, almost always revert to the mean. Oh my God, bro. So I think realistically we'll come down to maybe the 3 or the 4 STD, standard deviation. STD for short. So I think that we're probably going to come back, fill this hourly, and probably fill this hourly as well. And that's where I'm going to book most of my profits on this long-term short, and then I'll hold the rest to maybe fill this gap. But again, guys, I don't think this bear market is realistically over just yet, and the reason being, when we have these massive 10% moves in the market, like we did when Trump announced the tariff pause, quote unquote, most of the time, I think only one time in history have we not revisited this low. So do not be surprised if we end up getting back down to this low right here and the low of the whole leg of price. So these two levels I'm watching for the long term. So now the 5-minute IFVG traders are really sweating here and they're praying that this is going to hold, which I don't think it will. But we will see. So yeah, guys, I'm done for the day. That is one red trade and 2 green trades. And yeah, we'll probably sit out the rest of the time. But if we do miraculously get the short, we'll take it. But for now, there's nothing. But bro, you're following ICT concepts and you're taking the same position as me. So I don't know if you're really standing up to your name, my brother. You should be inversing my trades. But you can't, bro, you cannot be following an ICT trade. If an ICT trader is short, you have to be long. That's the way it works, no? Shh, 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 shh. Oh, Shiloh phone, welcome back. I remember you. What app are you using for trading? Guys, if you're watching the chat and you see this guy, it's not actually ICT, just letting you guys know. I know there's a lot of people that aren't so smart, so I just want to make sure you guys know that this is not ICT and you should not be paying 20 grand to join his chat. Um, Unless you want to. You might be better than ICT, you never know. What app am I using for trading? This is TradingView, but right now I'm not trading on TradingView for my main accounts. My main accounts are through TopStep X, and my cash accounts are through TradeStation. So in my Discord, it's actually crazy. In my Discord, there are people that have reached out to me asking like, "Hey, should I join your private Telegram group?" They literally get a a message from somebody imitating me on Discord, some Filipino somewhere that's trying to scam people, and they don't realize it's not me. Like if somebody messages you speaking broken English, asking you how your trading week is going so far, please don't give them your money, please. It's amazing to me how dumb some people are. 20K a week for a trend line and 90 EMA. Oh, that's the best. That's worth the 20K, guys. Forget what I said. This guy knows what he's doing. 20K is a steal, honestly, for trend line and 90 EMA trading strategy for sure. Sorry for doubting you, ICT. So to answer people that are wondering, what do I think is going to happen here? I do not know at this point. This inversion could still work to the upside. We could go higher. Doubtful in my view. I think this is probably still going to end up going lower. But there's nothing here that's going to signal me to take a trade. This 5-minute inversion, this range is way too big. We're talking about 52 points. If you took this, you'd be sweating and you'd almost would have gotten stopped out here. You basically are praying that this is going to go up. And then you want to see an order block form here on the 5-minute and use that as support to go higher. Ultimately hitting high of day and then going back to the monthly open and also going back up to this buy side. But we had an 800 point range yesterday. Continuation to either side here is far less likely. And yeah. I heard back in 2024 an Indian trader influencer girl made 30 million selling a 10K course teaching support and resistance. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me today, guys. If I see anything A+, I'll call it in the live alert section. For those of you guys who don't know. Whoops. Why is this not showing up here? Hold on. In the community under the live alert section, I call every trade that I take if I don't take it on the stream. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Pay attention to the 5-minute inversion here. If we close back above it, we may go higher. This is not a setup I would take, but if I see anything A+, I will call it. So I appreciate you guys' time. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you, Charlie. And I will catch you guys for the rest of the day in the Discord. No, the Discord is not free, Mitra. It's actually a steal. It's $19 a month. In my opinion, it's cheap, but what is that, like 30 cents or something a day? You get access to all my live trades, all my long-term positions, option selling, swing trading, pretty much everything. So if you guys want, I can pin it, actually. I'll pin it in the Discord real quick. Or in the chat. Again, you do not need a Discord. This is literally just if you need extra support, but you do not need this stuff. I'm telling you right now. In fact, you're better off joining ICT I Can't Trades course for 20K. ICT, I'm giving you some plugs here, bro. 20K. Oh, it's 20K a week. Even better. I mean, but bro, you'll probably make 20K on your first trade, no? So it makes sense to it's going to be a net positive to the person that buys it. Okay, so here, I mean, this is obviously pretty strong price action here. I'm not saying this is going to go up because I don't think anything's high probability right now. The macro time's about to end. If you're longing this, I have bad news for you. I think this is probably going to chop around. Could I be wrong? Sure. But again, guys, I'm not a furu. I don't know where the market's going to go every single time. Oh, no, Maitra. Oh, Maitra's the troll, bro. Oh. Yeah, guys, don't do anything here. I'm telling you, nothing here is high probability. Even if this works to the upside, I don't think it's A+. Oh, 20K is for the mentorship. So what else do I have to pay to get more stuff out of you, ICT? So I get 20K for the mentorship. How much are the live alerts? Do you give live alerts or no? Oh, you just took a long scalp up to these not equal highs? These are relative equal, but they're not perfectly equal. In fact, we just missed it by a tick, so people that longed that are probably sweating. I will say, gun to my head, though, because we came down and rebalanced the 5, there is a better likelihood that this high sweeps, but no guarantees. Yeah, I mean, it is big. There are big ranges for sure. Okay, so there's the internal high that got swept. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Again, we are running a 3 free day trial in the community if you guys want access to all of my long-term positions, option selling, swing trading, yada, 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 live call-outs, whatever you want. But I wish you guys the best. Have a great weekend. And yeah, another green day. We live to trade another day. And I'll see you guys on Monday. If not, I'll see you in the Discord for any other call-outs today. All right, guys. Thanks for joining.